I'm not going very far.
It's too uncomfortable.
I'm in a hurry. Sometimes I just forget.
There's no such thing as a good excuse for not buckling up. You're not only putting yourself at risk of injury or death, it could also cost you lots of money. Cops are writing tickets, so why take the risk? Do the smart thing and start buckling up every trip, day or night. Click it or ticket. Paid for by NHTSA.
Hi, I'm Stunning Stella Cheeks.
And I'm the Enigma Erin Klein.
And this is
Not Your Demographic,
a feminist wrestling podcast.
Shockingly, those exist.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
I'm back.
Oh my god. That's absurd. Nobody knows why we're laughing.
I don't give a fuck.
We should just leave it that way.
Yeah, I agree.
Nobody needs to know anything that goes on in this stupid podcast.
Hi, everyone.
Erin is back.
I'm back. Back from my honeymoon. I am glad to be back. It was fun to listen to the show while I was gone, though.
Bobby did fine.
Bobby did a great job.
He did fine.
Thanks for doing the show, Bobby. Fuck you.
Yeah, you know, that's how our friendship works.
Oh, yeah, that's true. You're right. You're right.
How was your honeymoon?
It was really, really great. I had a really good time. It was, I think it's a little funny and maybe a little misleading that every time anyone asks me how the honeymoon is, like, literally the first thing I tell everybody is maybe 21 days is a long time to spend with just one other person, which was like...
Especially if you're polyamorous.
Yes. That is a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was hard to, like, live in the same... We stayed in, like, one-bedroom apartments for the most part. And so it was hard to, like, literally be together every single minute. He went and did jujitsu a couple of times, which was good. I went and got a tattoo, which was nice, and we
It's a bee!
It's a bee, it's really cool, I like it.
It's one of your best tattoos.
It is definitely my best
tattoo.
tattoo.
It is your best tattoo. I just didn't want to be shitty.
No, it is for sure my best tattoo. The guy who did it is amazing. He charged me not enough money, and I tipped him afterwards, and he looked at me like I was insane. And I was like, take this money. This is for you to put into your pocket.
You're not supposed to tip them in Germany?
It's, like, not as much of the culture, and he was Italian. I don't think that you tip tattoo artists in Italy. And so I was like, just take this money. And they, like, I had a hat that said Chicago. They literally called me Chicago in the shop. I was like,
hey, Chicago.
Hey, I'm American as fuck. I left and he was like, why did this American give me this money? Just take it. Because the guy at the desk was, I think German. He was very attractive and, like, in his mid-50s and very attractive.
Daddy.
But yes, very much so. But he was just the front desk guy, and so he and I were, like, chatting for, like, the hour that he was working on my design, and he told me to go give it to him directly, and so I was like, well, at least you understand what I'm doing. Like, I told him, like, this is the tip for him. He was like, no, you should give it to him directly. And then when I left, I'm sure he was like, why did she give me this money? He's like, oh, this is the reason. So just give it to him and then I'll explain later. Like, oh, okay, I gotcha. Cool.
That's funny.
Thank you very much. So yeah, like, we tried to spend time apart, and the last week that we were in Berlin, we'd been there almost 3 weeks at that point, and had no weed the whole time. We had a guy who was our hookup in Berlin, who's a grad student, and so he just, like, took a week off the internet. Like, didn't check any of his emails, and, like, told us that when he got back to us. He was like, I'm sorry, I just turned off my internet. I had to, like, work on my fucking whatever thing. Can I, like, hook you up tonight? And it was literally the night we were leaving for Amsterdam. We were like, please never speak to us again.
You ruined our vacation.
It was,
You did ruin it, but you
no, yeah, it would have been a little better if we had had some weed. That would have been nice. So yeah, it was, like, once we were at the end of this time in Berlin, like, Michael was like, I just want to take a couple. We went to 13 museums over the whole course of the time that we were there. And
A lot of museums, bro.
yeah, it was. And it was great. And we had a really, really good time. We planned to go to more and just, like, couldn't because they were closed on days that we were trying to go or whatever. Or we just, like, spent more time at one museum and didn't have time to go to another one. We would get home and he'd be like, I just want to take a nap. I was like, I don't want to sit in this 1-bedroom apartment while you're napping because if I turn on the TV, which we didn't have TVs for the most part, it was just our computers. I was like, I know I'm going to wake you up, and then I'm going to be annoyed that you're annoyed, and neither of us have any weeds. We're going to be, like, extra annoyed at each other. And so I would just walk around. I just, like, walked around in the neighborhoods that we were staying in and, like, got to know the neighborhoods. And there's no open carry laws in Berlin, and so I would just, like, go to the store and get a beer and just, like, walk around and, like, look at stuff and, like, sit in the park and drink.
That's nice.
Which isn't, like, creepy to sit in the park and drink in a way that it would be in, like, literally anywhere in America, basically. So it was fun to, like, just sit and observe people. It was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. And, like, Amsterdam was great. I went to the Van Gogh Museum. I did not cry as much as I thought I was gonna cry, which was a little weird. But we had a really good time. I bought a lot of postcards. A lot of postcards.
Did you send them or you just bought them?
No, I just bought them for myself. I bought a bunch of art while I was there. I purposely didn't leave a lot of... We brought with us a carry-on and a backpack each, and for 22 days. And so we didn't leave a lot of room for stuff to bring back kind of on purpose, so that we weren't bringing back a bunch of shit, basically, because we stayed in 5 different places, and so it would have been hard to move everything.
Right.
So it was just easier to keep everything small. And so I was like, well, we have, like, nothing on the walls of our apartment because we, like, rearranged everything and there's just not art hung up anywhere. And I was, like, waiting for wedding photos and vacation photos. And so I just bought a shitload of art. And I have since hung up a lot of it. Like,
I can't wait to see your place. I
There
haven't
are, like-
been over since you rearranged.
oh,
You always
really?
come over here. I never go to your house.
Oh. So yeah, I've, like, hung up 75% of the postcards. Like,
Nice.
I do them in, like, clusters and groups all over the house. There's, like, pops color in certain places. I have a couple of big pieces of art I need to hang. Our Dolly print. I have to hang that somewhere.
Drama.
To get, like, a specialty hanging device because it's so goddamn fucking heavy. And I'm afraid if I put it in certain walls that it won't be a structural wall and it'll, like, fall.
Yeah, you have to find, like, a bolt or whatever.
Yeah, it's gonna
Stud.
be a pain in the
Find
fucking
yourself
ass.
a stud.
My life. My life goals.
Well, it sounds like you had a really nice time.
Yeah, we did have a nice time. And once we got to Amsterdam, like, I've created a goddamn weed monster. He smokes fucking more than I do now, which I did not think was possible.
It's like a competition to him.
Oh, it totally is. It's like he's fucking 19. Because he's only recently become, like, a super stoner. He's, like, accepted that he's a weed person now. Because he's like, oh, I live with Aaron.
I lived with you, and I did not become a weed person.
Yeah, that's true. But he's lived with me for, like, 5 years.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, you guys are married. I only lived with you for, like, a year and a half.
Right? And, like, I was kind enough to keep it kind of isolated. I wasn't just like, sup, I don't give a fuck. Everything is my house. Which I do I just, like, carry
it's your own house.
I carry my bong around and just, like, smoke it all over my house. And Michael's like, this is my wife. This is who she is. And he's, like, gotten used to this. But I also just smoked joints, which sucked. By the time we got to the end of it, I was like, I wish we had just bought a piece and then abandoned it here. Like, I hate smoking and rolling. I'm the only one who knows how to roll a joint, so I had to roll all of our joints. I was so pissed about it. Like, this is an uneven distribution of labor. But he wanted to smoke so much fucking pot that I was like, I don't care. Whatever. I'll just slow it down myself.
Yeah, I'll just roll slow.
I'll just roll real slow. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. We got to, like, see a bunch of beautiful stuff. I can totally live in Berlin. I don't think I could live in Amsterdam, which was weird. It's like all of the things that I love. It's weed and bicycles and people are cheap, super cheap. I had never heard that stereotype before until I got to Amsterdam, and every single Dutch person I met was like, we're really cheap. Cheap as fuck. Super, super cheap. And I was like, my people. I'm not Dutch at all, but I was like, I can feel it in my soul. Someone asked me if I was Dutch, and I was like, Irish? And he was like, I see. Yes, similar. Very similar.
Very
Okay.
cheap. Got it.
Very cheap. Cool. Gotcha. And, like, there are bikes everywhere, but it's such a part of the culture. Like, I told Michael, like, watching children ride on the back of bikes, like, NBD, I've been doing this since I was a year old. I'm like, I don't understand. There are like cars and pedestrians and everybody's like dodging each other, and everyone has such a good sense of everyone else's movement because you just have to learn how to be good at how to read that. I was like, I don't think I can learn this. I'm oblivious to a level that I don't think that I could exist safely in this city. It was very bizarre.
That's funny.
But Berlin I loved. I could move there today and be happy. I absolutely loved it. Michael and I were like, so if Trump gets reelected, do we move to Germany? Like, I think maybe we do. That would be kind of nice. He has a skill that could be transferable. You have to pass a German fluency exam in order to get like a citizenship visa there, which would be hard.
Yeah, it would be hard.
I could conduct conversations in German by myself in like shopping situations. I like mostly conversed in German for that. And I was pretty proud of myself. I was like, I'm kind of guessing here a little bit, but everyone kind of understands that I'm trying, and so they're being really nice to me. It was nice. I liked it a lot. Sad that it's over, but I'm glad I have friends again.
Yes, and you know, there's a nice thing about being in your own home.
Yeah, absolutely. It was weird to come back home and lay in our own bed and be like, oh God, yeah, that's right.
Our bed.
The bed that we picked out because we like it.
That's funny.
And it's nice to like have different clothes other than the like 9 things I packed and to keep washing. Although the shirt I'm wearing is a shirt I took with me.
So ridiculous.
Whatever. How are you? How was your month without me?
It's fine. I mean, I just got to hang out with Bobby, which is like normal for me.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Watched a lot of Joshi wrestling, which was cool, and watched a bunch of different stuff, which I like. I guess this is a question for the listeners. Like, did people like that? Like, should we add? My idea would be to add like, not necessarily Joshi, but like we start with a badass like indie match or like something that's not what we normally cover heavily Joshi though, because like it's dope, but like it's super great. I loved all of it.
Yeah,
but like, you know, we started this podcast as a women's wrestling podcast, and we're women and we're talking about wrestling, and we do talk about women's wrestling, but like it might be nice to have like a spotlight.
Yeah,
like we would just talk about a match, you know. So
yeah, I like that idea.
Listeners, let us know your thoughts.
Yeah.
I had a show on Saturday, which was really fun, and then we did like a pseudo live show on Sunday, which will be released on the Patreon. I thought it was pretty fun. I thought we did a good job.
It was really fun. I had a really good.
We're personable.
Really good yeah, absolutely.
People laugh at us, laugh with us. I don't know, probably both. I'm at grad school. I'm looking for jobs, things like that, normal stuff.
Yep.
But I'm not like overtly stressed, which is strange. I'm taking a month off of burlesque just to kind of recenter. So like a month and a half actually. So that's kind of nice to be like, But then we have like our friend's wedding coming up. I'm going like wedding dress shopping, even though my friend is making my wedding because I like wanted the experience with like my family, and I'm my mom's only kid. So I also wanted to like give her that experience.
Well, that's nice.
So I'm like juggling all that. My dad's coming in town for Money in the Bank soon. So my job is ending. Summer starts, my different school. So there's like good stuff happening, but it's like a lot of juggling. But I'm like weirdly calm about it.
Yeah, it seems like you have everything kind of
very
in order.
Zen. You know, it's easy to be stressed in my life. But yeah, I don't know. It's fine. It's nice that you're back because I hate Bobby.
Oh.
That's not true. I love Bobby. What wrestling shirt are you wearing?
I'm wearing my Shinsuke Nakamura King of Strong Style shirt from when he was in Japan because I'm fucking in love with everything that he's been doing lately. I'm so happy to come back and see him be excited to wrestle again.
Did you watch any wrestling, or did you just follow it via like...
No, absolutely not. Are you kidding? I didn't watch... And that's not true. You know what I did watch? I watched the Greatest Royal Rumble from not beginning, but mostly
Oh, we did not. That's the one thing we didn't
watch. I know,
watch.
because I watched it and was like, nope. I am not making an effort to watch this with this big-ass time difference. Fuck that. Yeah. I totally checked out after after Gurr. I like that you guys called it Gurr. Yeah, it was, not great. The best part was Titus O'Neil falling. Did you watch it? Have you realized that it was real?
I have watched it. It doesn't look real.
No, it looks
fake.
It's for sure real. It honestly, if you had been watching it live and you had heard the way that Corey Graves gasped for air while it was happening. I was like, this was not supposed to happen. And I read too that Vince McMahon laughed so hard he almost threw up, and that's why they kept replaying it over and over and
What
over.
a Vince thing to do.
Because if they had planned it, they would have showed it like 3 times, because they would have been like, look at this thing that we planned. But the fact that Vince was like, we're gonna show this 1,000 times.
shirt.
It was fucking amazing. It was by far the best part of the Gert. It was awesome. I laughed so fucking hard. I'm like crying laughing just thinking about it. It was so good. It was the best part of it. And then once that the rest of the trash happened, I was like, yeah, I'm good. I'm just not gonna watch it. I'm not even gonna try. Like when I watched some old wrestling when we were like high in Amsterdam, we just like set up our phones and watched old Japanese wrestling, which was really fun.
Yeah, that sounds fun.
I was like, this is way better than trying to... All I listened to was you guys, not your demo, Heels and Heels, and the Hard Times Pod. And all anyone was saying was that everything was garbage. I was like, I'm not watching this.
Hey, we talked positively about Impact.
I know. I was like, I would
Lots
rather
of people
watch
were.
Impact.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was weird. So I like kind of just I listened to everybody's recaps for those 3 podcasts, and then jumped in last Tuesday, and then watched Raw and SmackDown this week. So it's weird to be back. Like, I was not prepared for the Bobby Lashley interview. I had heard people talk about it. I heard you specifically talking about it, and so you were talking about how bad it was, and I was like, surely she must be exaggerating how bad it was. And then I saw only that clip that they replayed on Raw this week, and I was like,
it was so much longer than that.
I was like, Stella undersold how bad this was. I was totally wrong. It was so awkward, and so it's weird to jump into some things and be like, what the fuck is happening?
What the fuck?
But Shinsuke specifically, looks fucking happy as hell to be there. I'm so excited. For what got branded as WrestleMania match, and it was a fine match. It was good, but it wasn't like
taken in context of the whole arc, it seems much better. But
yes,
on its own, it was like, oh my god, that was supposed to steal the show.
Exactly, yeah. And so I feel like now they're building to make SummerSlam almost as important, and it clearly feels like that's where the pinnacle of it's going to be. I hope they end this series with an Iron Man match. That would
cool
be
for
amazing.
The summer.
Oh my god. I will sing the York song.
Do people remember this song? So I say that the most earworm song...
Everyone does. Everyone already knows what I'm talking about.
Okay. I say the most earworm song that WWE has ever used is Cool for the Summer. But Aaron says there's a song that goes, get up, get up, get up, Yorp. And I don't remember that, but that just fake phrase that Aaron sang got stuck in my head for 24 hours.
Yeah, because it's from I literally don't even know what the song is, but that's exactly how it goes. Get up, get up. Get up, Yorp. Get up, get up, get up, Yorp. Get up, Yorp. Get up, Yorp. That's... Everyone else knows what I'm talking about.
No, man. That seems fake.
Send Stella videos of whatever pay-per-view that was
Cool
with
summer.
that song on it. I swear, it's... I don't even know how this song goes, and it's stuck in my head. That means that it's the worst one.
I am wearing my Naomi Feel the Glow pink tank top.
Yes.
It is maybe the worst piece of merch I've ever bought from WWE. I also have a Sasha Banks one. It's just is made so poorly. We talk about it all the time, but my other Naomi shirt is a crop top, and I didn't feel like wearing a crop top.
Fair.
But I did BOGO the other day, and I bought the Naomi shirt and the Iconic shirt, and I bought a Rusev Day mug. Okay? Those are all 3 good things.
Those are good things. I like all those things.
So, I needed a Naomi shirt that wasn't a crop top or the shitty tank top, okay?
I mean, the tank top does make your boobs look nice.
Well, maybe I just have nice boobs, Aaron.
I mean, yes, but this tank top shows them off in a way that's like, oh, this isn't an inappropriate tank top.
Yeah, it is an inappropriate tank top.
Well, I guess maybe you're just wearing it with a good bra.
Thick bra. News. Nikki John Cena, when you left...
I just started
the last episode that you were on, you began the episode playing Love Hurts.
Okay.
And now,
I hate
rumors
everything.
have said that they have reconciled.
Nikki posts today, I don't know who these people are saying this shit. This isn't, she says that yesterday, and then today is talking about, how good her life is. It seems
she
very
wrote,
bizarre.
this was her Instagram from 10 hours ago. sometimes when things are falling apart, they may actually be falling into place. And then Brie Bella 100'd it. Hundo.
What does that mean, though? That could mean anything.
That could mean anything.
That could mean, like, oh, I thought that the love of my life dumped me, and now I've seen him turn into a giant man-child on live television, drunk in the morning. Like, what the fuck? Like, if I had seen my ex do that, I'd be like, maybe I don't want to marry this person.
Emotional manipulation.
Whether or not it's real, I hate it. I absolutely hate it.
Either way, if it's fake, then it seems like a lot of work on NBC's part, everybody's part. But if it's real, it's like pathetic.
It's like an Andy Kaufman level gag.
That's what Bobby said. Yeah,
like it's so extensive that if that's what's happening,
whatever.
Then, like,
Team Bella's.
Then I like kind of applaud that, but also like I hate that they're using emotional manipulation as a part of that gag. Like unless they like address it later, then it doesn't work as a gag. Like, so that's very bizarre. But if it's real, like, what the fuck? Are we watching this man have like a live meltdown? I don't understand. It's so strange.
Yeah, I don't know.
Did we forget that John Cena is a professional wrestler and like that's what's happening? Is he's like going full professional wrestler right now?
I don't know what's happening. I do know, so the first episode of Total Bellas premiered this week. You didn't watch it because you're a fucking monster.
I'm getting back into the habit, okay? Bobby was right. This is a lot of work. I had forgotten how much work it was because I hadn't taken a break in a really long time.
Well, I watched it, and it basically was, like, the episode starts with them being like, yeah, our lives are awesome! And then the whole episode is Brie being mad that when she goes to be career mom, that Birdie lives a life without her, essentially. Because Daniel's like, I took her on her first carousel ride. I took her into a pool. And Brie's like, why didn't you just take her for a walk? Like, I wanted to be a part of those things. And he was like, I can't not do things with her because you're not here. It's like, I'm not just going to continually take her for walks.
Right?
That's not how parenting works. I'm actually being like a really good dad and you're being like a bitch right now.
Weird.
I get what she's saying. It's her first kid and she wants to be there for the first time she's in a pool, but like, he had her mom film it. Like,
yeah, and also like,
and then she was like, oh, my mom did a terrible job. This is a stupid video. Poor Kathy.
Mama Bella is trying.
She's continuously trying.
She tries so hard.
And then the rest of the episode was just, maybe Nikki does want a baby now that she sees Birdie, and then
the cutest baby fucking alive.
There are things that she wants.
Birdie made me want a baby.
There are things that she wants for the wedding, but she's afraid to tell John because she doesn't want to rock the boat.
Don't marry that person.
That's what Brie said. Brie was like, I know that you love him, but maybe if you feel like you can't talk to him about like the location of your wedding, you shouldn't be getting married.
Yeah, that's good advice.
Yeah, Brie Bella is the best.
Oh, man.
We have been over this.
It's so weird that she started out as this, like, villain against their relationship, and now, all of these seasons later, it was like, oh, you were right.
Yeah, she knows her twin sister.
Which is weird, though, because, like, Daniel seems like such a piece of shit sometimes that I'm like...
I don't know, Birdie has made him into, like, such, like, a me. Like, I love my baby.
I feel like he must have been, like, a totally different person in private, which... I understand. My husband, also an asshole, who's really great in private, and, like, to clarify, there's a difference between, like, being a personable person in both of those places, and a difference between a relationship where someone treats you like dirt in public, and is nice to you in private. That's abusive. That's not what I'm talking about. No, just, like...
Michael's just abrasive.
Yeah, he's an abrasive person, and when we're together, I know him and can, like, combat that because I'm also an asshole. Like, that's a whole different thing.
Yeah.
So, I feel like Daniel Bryan must be more like that in private than we get a window into, which is kind of nice. Like, knowing now that Brie, like, actually has pretty fucking sound judgment. It's like, okay, this actually makes me feel better about this person who I also didn't really like in the first place. So it's interesting to be like, wow, Brie was right about everything.
They did show a lot of John Cena, like, mellowed out, quote unquote. Like, he kept making weird jokes about, like, rugs and stuff and was being silly. And Nikki even said, like, this is the side of John Cena that I get to see. And, like, he's now sharing that with my family. Like, that makes me feel good. And, like, Bree, like, walked into their new house and they, like, took their shoes off and they were, like, afraid to be there because of John Cena's rules. And he was like, you guys can wear your shoes. It's, like, fine. And, like, Daniel, like, spills a glass of water and all the air is sucked out of the room. And everyone, like, looks at John. And John's like, it's fine. I had all those rules because I was just trying to make things nice. And I'm a control freak, but, like, we're family. Like, it's fine. I'm sorry I was crazy. And everyone was like, oh, okay. And then they hip hip hooray because that's what the Bellas do.
Fuck. Did John Cena get therapy? Does he need more therapy?
I don't know. Bree definitely called him out on having OCD.
Good. Because he does.
For sure does.
Like, for sure does.
The only other news, Kevin and Sasha have re-signed contracts. I do know that. And then Fox bought SmackDown for like $1 billion, which is like weird. And also I'm so pissed that SmackDown is going back to Fridays. It was so inconvenient. It was annoying.
We're going to be a week behind on SmackDown.
I mean, we could also move back to Tuesdays. When it was Friday and Monday, we can move back to Tuesday. Like, we can figure it out.
Yeah, true.
We can, like, we'll cross that bridge when all that happens. But
I'm already exhausted thinking about it.
But it was just like, it was just, what happens if they go back to taping on Tuesdays and playing on Fridays? Like, that sucked.
It does suck. It's like,
are they going to keep the split roster? They should.
They should.
But
it's way better when it's split.
But does Fox want Brock Lesnar? I don't know. It's all fucked up and crazy. I don't like it.
I don't want them to put the brands back together.
No, it sucks. Honestly, I'm going to say this right now. If they put the brands back together, I am not committing to watching SmackDown.
No, I don't want to watch shit on Friday. That's bullshit.
It is bullshit.
I have a life.
Yeah.
I'm probably never going to watch it live.
No way. On a Friday?
No. That's when I go on dates.
Yeah, because it's Friday night.
Because it's when people are free.
So stupid. People are more likely to watch, whatever. I don't run a TV station, but Fox is fucking stupid.
So dumb. Maybe they're counting on, like, the +3s from DVRs and streaming services or for the recording or fucking whatever. I know that they watch that a lot more heavily now.
Well, they should, but still, like, that's stupid.
So fucking dumb. Why would you pay all your money to someone who's already proven that they can't do this on a Friday?
I don't know, maybe they have some, like...
Crush my can in anger.
I don't know. I don't even want to speculate. I'm over it. I don't care. What was really fun this week is that we went to the Zello Pro show. That was my first Zello Pro show.
Isn't it awesome?
Well, I guess we are doing an indie corner. See?
Oh, perfect.
We nailed it.
We did nail it.
We nailed it. It was so fun. It was at 2 p.m. in the afternoon. Great choice. There were only...
I love that they do this afternoon show. It's so fucking good. You have like a whole evening afterwards.
There were only 5 matches. Oh. So it was a show that was under 2 hours, and every match was good.
Yeah, absolutely, because every match gets a sufficient amount of time to work, because it's not exactly broken up into, like, this match gets 20 minutes, and this match gets 20 minutes, and this match gets 20, like, that's not how it works.
I mean, it still had a crescendo, and, like, like, it was one of the most, like, well-run wrestling shows, period, I've ever been to.
I completely agree. Absolutely. This is the 3rd Zello Pro show that I've been to, and all of them have been good. All of them have been structured in this kind of way, and it just works. And, like, the first one I went to at Joe's on Weed Street, I was like, this is bizarre.
That was like their first, no, it was their second one.
Yeah.
Because this was their 5th one.
Mm-hmm.
So you've been to a lot of them.
Yeah, I've been to all of the ones that weren't in Wisconsin.
Or the first one was in like a suburb, I think.
Yeah. All the ones that have been in Chicago I've been to. Which is awesome. I like that. I like that I've been to all of these shows. The like birth of this fucking great company. It's awesome. But at first I was like, I don't understand this like bar environment. And now I'm fucking into it.
Joe's on Wheat Street is the only drawback is that it's a very short ceiling. But other than that, it's a great environment for a wrestling show.
Yeah, and every single one I've been to, there have been more and more people. Because the first one I went to was the one that John Morrison was at. Johnny Mundo. I found out that my dad is super into John. He said John Morrison, and so now I started calling him that because John Morrison's going to be on Survivor. There's some news that he knew that because he's an avid Survivor fan, and so he was like, I'm all up on the Survivor rumors. I've heard that John Morrison's going to be a part of it. I was like, well, if you say so, it must be true.
He lifts weights while in the split.
Yes, and so my dad is like, Also, my dad's gay. Important note about this, that he's a gay man.
Yes.
He was like, John Morrison's my number one. He's above Mario Lopez. And I was like, what? Damn, Dad! I did not know you were so into fucking Johnny Mundo. And so I told him, I was like, I went to this weird show in a bar where there were 30 people there and I met John Morrison. My dad was like pissed. He was like, I'm sorry, you met him and didn't get me anything? I was like, how the fuck was I supposed to know you want? I was like, okay, next time I promise I'll
You
get
have to watch Boone. You tell him to watch Boone the Bounty
I know,
Hunter.
I need to like get him Boone the Bounty Hunter as like a birthday present. He'll flip out.
So
He's gonna,
good.
that's a
It's
great
also
idea.
a good movie.
Well, I'll watch it with him. We'll enjoy it. We'll have like a father-daughter bonding experience. It'll be great. So, but with that one with John Morrison, it felt weird that there were only 30 people at this show, but this one, there were a lot of people there, and it felt like once that space was more filled, it was like, but totally get
For
it.
sure.
This is fucking awesome.
It was great. I loved it. I mean, were little things that I didn't like. Like, I thought that the beginning, you only need one ring announcer to do that stuff. Like, the banter was a little weird.
Yeah,
but,
it was
like,
a little stiff.
whatever. Like, that is for the 5th show, that's such a small thing to say, right?
Absolutely.
Like, but all the matches were good. The first match was Colt Cabana versus a guy named Storm Grayson. It was a very typical, silly Colt match, but it was such a good way to warm up the crowd. And the guy that he was wrestling, like, held his own completely, and the crowd, like, immediately knew to boo him, and, you know, it's
that
always
lady
fun.
was there that I've told you about.
Yes, that lady was there. The second match, I was like, whatever, these guys. One guy was named Gringo Loco, and then the other guy was named Acai, I think is how you say it. So I was like, oh, these guys, whatever. The Gringo Loco is obviously like a white dude who like acts like hard and like whatever. And then Acai is just like this skinny kid, and holy shit, this kid was good.
Great fucking match.
This Acai kid is so good. There was like a move where he just like was fully standing on the other guy's shoulders and then did this crazy ass flip, and like the crowd was so over on this kid. They like love this kid.
Mm-hmm.
And
it was great.
Great.
Yeah, it was great. I really enjoyed it.
The third match was Pat Monix.
Yeah, my fave. I like his new gear. It's way better. I'm glad he wears pants and not the weird trunks with his number on them. I'm like,
I think it's funny that he wears. I miss the number on his pants.
I mean, put your number back on your pants, but wear these pants.
Remember when he was like, "Hey, did you text me?" And I was like, "I did not, sir." Thanks for thinking that I was the one that texted you, but like,
I appreciate that, but no.
But I didn't. Cool. It was him and this kid named Joey Marks versus GPA and Brubaker.
Mm-hmm.
Brubaker's that filth guy. We've talked about him before. Yeah. He's very small, but like he's short, but like really cut, and is like the king of filth or whatever. He's gross, and like that's why you boo him.
Yeah, exactly. He's very good at what he does.
I thought this was probably my least favorite match of the show, and it was still not like a bad match at all. Mm-hmm. I think it's just like I wanted Pat Monix to wrestle more, but he was clearly working to get his partner Joey Marks over, right? Which is great. Like he totally did that. Mm-hmm. That Marks held his own, and Brubaker and GPA were like sufficient bad guys. Like it was, you know, it was a mid-card match. Like it was fine. And the crowd was really into it. Like, yeah, it's clear that there are a lot of people, like there are people who like made their own like homemade Zello Pro belts. Like, yeah, this little company has some intense fans already, and that's like exciting.
I know, it's great. And like the community there is really good. It seems like everyone has their heads in the right place, and there's not like a bunch of like douchebags.
There were some douchebags. There were like 5 bros that clearly walked off the street, and they were fine. But then at the end of the night, Lainey Luck had her like unicorn head mask on, and they were like playing with it. And I was like a stage manager. I was like, that prop does not belong to you. Yeah. Put it down. Because the girls were like fighting in the crowd. Like they weren't paying attention to this douchebag in the corner playing with her gear. And I was like, that's not yours. Put it down. And those guys tried to cut me in line when I took a picture with Chelsea Green. And I was like, cool. It's not like I was standing here in line also waiting. And this guy was like, well, I'm not cutting it. These are just my friends. And I was like, really? Because all 5 of you just got in front of me. So are you cutting as a group? Get behind me. He was like, and I was like, yeah, I'm not. Get behind me. Dum-dums.
What a bunch of
dum-dums. But those guys are clearly guys that saw an ad and were like, oh, this is close to our house because it's like in a kind of a douchey neighborhood. Yeah. Whatever. But overall, like, that stuff wasn't great, but it's not like they were yelling anything inappropriate.
Right,
like,
exactly.
For shitty wrestling fans, like, they were not the worst.
Right, exactly. It seemed like they were there and they were, like, having a good time and were, like, actually enjoying it. It's just that by the end of it, like, they were drunk and were being kind of...
5 matches is all it takes. So the interesting thing is that Austin Aries wasn't here, and neither was Tessa Blanchard, who are their, like, I don't know if...
I don't think that Austin Aries is actually their champion. I don't think they have a men's champion.
He's just a male who's in the show a lot, who has mini championships.
Exactly.
Like, last time he put the Impact belt up.
Right, exactly, when they were in Wisconsin last time.
Right. So this match was Bryce Benjamin and Isaiah Velasquez, who were the two people who lost Austin Aries. So they were having a match against each other. And this match was really good. And they were really equally matched. And they did this whole thing where, like, Bryce Benjamin was chopping Isaiah, and he would, like, leave the stage and, like, walk it off. And there's a curtain there, and, like, they did it a couple of times, and then, like, Bryce walked it off, and then they followed each other, and they were, like, slapping each other behind the curtain, and you could, like, only kind of hear it. Like, it was funny. Like, they did a good job mixing, like, really solidifying and introducing their characters and, like, the past and whatever, what they're fighting for. Being really good at wrestling, but also having, like, levity in it, and I thought that was really nice. Like, it was a very, for, like, you know, kind of, it's the second to last, it's essentially the men's main event.
Right,
like,
exactly.
they did a good job, I thought.
Yeah, absolutely. I totally agree.
And the best match of the night, by far, honestly, and well deserves to be the main event, was a number one contendership match between Chelsea Green, who was full hot mess, Lady Luck, and
full hot mess.
Kylie Ray. This match was so good. I had seen Lady Luck before. She used to be the Snapchat queen. Now she's, like, party unicorn. Better gimmick.
Way better. It's so weird that that's, like, to only make the difference of going from doing the Snapchat thing to having a giant unicorn head. She's still dabs, but somehow with the unicorn head, I'm, like, way more into it.
Also, I mean, we saw her, maybe, like, 7 months ago. In that 7 months, transformative. Like, her in-ring work, from what I've seen in the past.
Well, she was one of the openers for Rise this time, too. She was there.
Oh, I don't remember that.
But she was still doing the Snapchat gimmick, so this is, like, new. Like,
this works.
Super new. I really liked it. Because she's good, and, like, I like her wrestling, but her gimmick has always felt kind of whatever.
Yeah, it's weird to brand yourself like Snapchat, but, like, just being, like, a party unicorn, like, that's a lot more...
And, like, fits with the color scheme she's already doing,
and there's a lot more to play with that. Like, it's a broader character. But it's weird because it's, like, a broader character gimmick, but it's also, like, easier to work with.
And also, like, having the always prop of a unicorn head sitting on a turnbuckle is gold.
It's
like,
huge, too.
It's huge, and you can do so much with it. Like, it's just such a great prop to always have there. Like, she didn't
even use it, but
but just having it on the ring the whole time was like, okay. Yeah, I'm in on her. I like her a lot.
Kylie was obviously, she had a Charmander gear, which was really cute.
She always wears Charmander gear.
Oh, I guess I never realized that, because the last time I saw her wrestle, she was wrestling with Miranda, and they were wearing each other's shirts.
Oh, okay.
So maybe I guess I thought she had, like, the Pikachu gear in the past.
I think I've only ever seen her with the Charmander.
I don't know. It's fucking Pokemon. Who cares?
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Who gives a fuck?
Who gives a fuck? We're debating about fucking Pokemon. Who gives a fuck? But this is the first time I've ever seen Chelsea live doing the hot mess gimmick. Like, I've seen her live as Chelsea.
Me too.
In like Shimmer and stuff. But she's doing Chelsea Green. She's not doing the, like, Laurel Van Ness hot mess. This was so fun. She's so good at it.
It was
she's so
amazing.
Funny.
I loved it.
She, at one point, was sitting in the crowd, and she let she was like, I'm already number one contender. You guys fight without me. And they pushed her out of the ring. And so she was sitting in the crowd with, like, kind of the Zello super fans. And she was chanting by herself on the floor with this lipstick all over her face, women's wrestling. It was so funny. She, like, hid under tables. She, like, kept, like, lying down. When she wasn't doing that part of the gimmick, and she was actually wrestling, she's another person. Like, from the time she showed up on Impact, when she was Laurel Van Ness, I was like, I don't really like her style of wrestling. I think it's very green, blah, 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 whatever. That was my perception. Now, having seen her live so many times, and this transformation of her character, and also following her, frankly, on social media and seeing how hard she works, like, fucking damn, like, the difference a year and a half can make if you really, like, push yourself. Like,
push yourself, and you're
this
given
match was
opportunities
fucking
to
great.
grow. Absolutely.
They went to the crowd, there were chairs, they, I don't know, they did other shit.
I'm pretty sure that Chelsea spit beer in one of those bros'
She did!
faces.
She did! At the end, after she won. It was so good. This match was excellent. And if they do end up releasing it on their YouTube channel, because they know that they have a lot of their stuff on the YouTube channel. Sidebar, I know they have like a goal. At last Sunday, it was like 99 more people, and we'll release the Tessa versus Kylie match from the last show. But so definitely go to their YouTube and subscribe. But they have a lot of their past matches, and I hope that they put this one up because it was really great.
Yeah, it was an excellent match. All 4 of them did a great fucking job.
Also, an example of a match that goes heavily into the audience, but the audience can still participate and see.
Yeah.
I know it's a lot due to the space, but it's just hard. I feel like in AEW shows when people go into the audience, it's like, great, well, I just don't get to see this.
Yeah, exactly. Like it like I was saying before, I just like kind of understand this venue a little better now. That felt very appropriate. And then also when she won and just walked straight to her merchandise table and got on top of it and rolled behind it, was like, what's up? I'm ready to take some photos. It was excellent. It was just such a great use of being able to go from like, I'm in the ring and we had this great match and we got to do this, as you said, like thing where we can be all over and everyone can kind of see us. And then boom, here I am at my merchandise table. You want to come talk to me? Come take a photo with me. Like I love it. I thought it was great.
It was really, really good.
I love her. And you got a great photo with her.
Yes, after much convincing of myself, I was like, I'm going to go rub lipstick all over my face and take a picture with her. I went up to her. This is literally what I said. I was like, I would very much like to rub lipstick all over my face and take a selfie with you. And she was like, great, let's do it. And I was like, okay, give me 1 second. I was like, I didn't want to put it on. I don't want to be presumptuous. So just give me a second. She was like, yes, smear it with your hands. And I was like, okay, I will. Thank you so much. Got photobombed by Colt. It's like me and her with like our lipstick and Colt in the background like, huh? What's happening? These people are crazy.
Also, we did not discuss this when we talked about his match, but Colt Cabana looks fucking great.
Like, really does.
He's in excellent shape.
This is Aaron's thirst corner.
Yeah, this is Aaron's thirst corner. Like, I've always been into Colt Cabana, but like, damn, Colt Cabana. Like, whoa. He looks really fucking good. It's so weird because he's wearing the exact same thing. And so it's the thing that I noticed right away, this is so bizarre, but like, if you've listened to Art of Wrestling, he's talked before about like, he prefers to wear that style of unitard because it covers his nipples. He's lost so much weight that you just see his nipples the whole time now. And I was like,
nips
damn!
Out.
Nips out! All right! Looking good!
Oh my god, ridiculous.
And we were also like on the other side of the bar, so like, you can tell from a distance that he is in like really good shape. I'm not sure how it happened, but I like it.
I assume you didn't watch Impact Wrestling.
No, I did not.
It'd be funny if you didn't watch Total Bellas, but you were like, yeah, I'm caught up on Impact.
I used to be subscribed to it. I had it set up on my YouTube. I have YouTube TV on my thing, whatever the DVR is for that, to record. And then you told me it was shit, and I was like, all right, I'll take it off of here. And then...
well, now it's good again.
All of a sudden, it's good again. I don't know. I gotta reset my shit. I've been watching MasterChef Junior. What do you want from me?
Oh my god. I hate
Love
that.
Gordon Ramsay.
I really hated that. The first match was Eli Drake and Scott Steiner versus DJZ and Andrew Everett. They're tag team. They're not X Division wrestlers right now. They're tag team wrestlers, and they're tag team together called Z&E, which is a dumb name. But they faced Eli and Scott for the title belts, and they won.
Oh,
like, they are the tag champions right now. I'm really happy with this, because they are good wrestlers, and their gimmicks work really well together. Mm-hmm. They don't need to be in the X Division title right now, so putting them, and frankly, Impact needs diversity in their tag team division. Mm-hmm. And also, like, this gets about Alpha Scott Steiner. Sorry, I know people like love him, but like, if you've been listening,
already turned around on him. Yeah.
No, I didn't turn around. I didn't like him from the beginning.
Yeah, but when I started listening, the first episode with you and Bobby, you were like, well, I don't know, old timey wrestling, but I'm kind of into this gimmick, and I like them together, and like literally.
No, that was Bobby. I didn't like him.
No, you definitely.
No,
said that
I didn't. I'm not into him. I haven't liked him. This is like I thought that they were like fine foils. I don't like when Impact brings like old timey people back.
Yes, you said that was your objection to it, but inside of that capacity.
Well, I think that he did a good job. It's not like watching The Undertaker wrestle. Like, he still can wrestle, so it's not like painful, but like, I'm glad that he doesn't have this belt.
I see, okay. I see what you're saying.
Also, I'm like not into his like harassing of the lady who interviews. Tessa and Kira had their match. It was fucking great.
Excellent.
And Madison was on commentary. I don't love Madison, but she's really good on commentary. And I don't like that they only bring her out to do the women's commentary.
That's weird.
But it made a little bit more sense because she hasn't been wrestling for a while, but she did at the end of this match get involved, and now she is going to fight Tessa. So it did make a little bit more sense. It was like, instead of like the woman we trot out for commentary, it was like, oh, she's back at wrestling. So it was just like another wrestler on commentary. So that was fine. But without knowing that context, I was like, she's good. She should just be on the entire show. Yeah. If you're going to have her, like, be different. Have a woman on commentary. She does a good job. Yeah. She's better than her husband. Kira started in on Tessa right away. She looked really good. But, like, essentially once Tessa turned it around, like, it was Tessa's game. Tessa turned it around by punching Kira so hard in the face. It was an intense punch. I was like, oh, shit. Like, she just fell down. She was like, what? And then, you know, Tessa did her thing. The thing that I liked the most about this match is how fast it was. And it wasn't sloppy. Like, they read each other really well. Mm-hmm. I just thought that they had really good in-ring chemistry, and I hope that they get to wrestle again. Like, this doesn't seem like a feud. This seems like a Tessa faces everyone feud. Like, not feud, but like... Yeah. Because she started to beat down on Kira, and then Madison got involved, and it's going to be Tessa versus Madison. I have a feeling Tessa's going to, like, kind of be a bully and work her way through the division, and then eventually end up in the title picture. That's how I envision this going. Yeah, and it's a good way to make Tessa look like, you know, undeniable. The, like, Blanchard that comes in and is like, no, I was born into this.
Right, exactly.
I really like that. Mm-hmm. Congo Kong fought Grado because Grado's girlfriend was like, you can't talk to my man that way, but also, like, Congo Kong beat the shit out of Grado. Like, that's what happened. Also, this match was fine, whatever. Like, it's Congo Kong. I don't like him, but, like, I do like Grado. There was a point at the beginning of the match where Congo Kong put Jimmy Jacobs on the turnbuckle like a child. It was amazing. He, like, came out with his manager and then, like, put him on the turnbuckle like his favorite doll. And I loved it. I truly loved it. Congo tried to beat up Grado afterwards, but then Moose came out because Congo and Moose are fighting. That's a thing that we have to watch. Jimmy Jacobs is there. That's news. Jimmy Jacobs is producing and head writer of all of the Rise shows for Rise Ascent.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I did not know.
Well, because Rise Ascent is the, like, partnership with Impact. Yeah. And Jimmy Jacobs is, like, the head.
Perfect.
Yeah, so that's
fucking awesome.
That is news. Lady news.
Lady news.
That premieres at the end of June, I want to say. That's their, like, weekly women's show. I'm really intrigued and interested into that. Yeah. They're resetting up Trevor and Caleb against LAX because, again, the tag division needs something to fucking do. Lord. There's a House of Hardcore match with Eddie and Sammy. But at House of Hardcore, because, like, they needed to have a street fight, and they were both wearing vests. They were leather vests, and we're fighting, we're badass. And both their pictures were them yelling. But, like, it looked like Sammy, because Sammy yells. And Eddie Edwards' still picture of him yelling was the funniest thing I have seen all week. They kept showing it, like, to preview the match, and I was dying every time. I was like, this is unnatural.
I'm not gonna lie, your description made it sound like porn more than it made it sound like wrestling. Yeah. Two men in vests.
Screaming.
It's
a street fight. Yeah, I guess it's like wrestling porn. I don't care about this. I like that Eddie has a character, but who cares?
Yeah, I don't care about this.
I don't care about it either. But, like, again, this works for people, I'm sure, and I think they turn shit into at least a storyline, and I appreciate it. It's just not for me. It's not my demographic. Cam gave Falaba a makeover. I have no idea what's happening. It's like a terrible gimmick that's, like, not funny, but, like, whatever. I like Falaba. He was, like, laughing while he was getting, like, tickled by a makeup brush, and I was like, I don't know, you're delightful. This is stupid, and I hate it. And it'll probably end in something offensive, but right now, sure, whatever. And then there was this whole video package, a la Final Deletion, but not like Final Deletion, but, like, how they do their video packages. Mm-hmm. And it was just this extended thing where the, like, bridesmaids are dragging Rosemary's coffin, and Sue's there, and she's, like, laughing, and, like, it looks like they're gonna bury her. And then Sue missed the casket, and it lights on fire.
What?
So apparently the mist that comes out of fucking Sue's mouth can also ignite fires.
That's baller.
No one said anything, because they're all mute. No one interfered. It was just, like, this really cinematic segment, and it was cool.
Cool.
I mean, Impact
awesome.
was good at those things. And if they're going to do it, like...
it's weird that they're good at those things.
They're
like,
good at them because
I don't understand.
they're good at them in a way that WWE cannot figure out and isn't.
Yeah.
It works because WWE's too big. You have to have, like, you have to have, I don't know, you have to, like, be in on it in a way that WWE is incapable of.
Well, I also feel like the quality that they use for those videos is good, though, and it's weird to see. Oh,
for sure.
Like, that they clearly, and it's, I know that it's because Matt Hardy paid for all of this, but it's also weird, like, is this still all the stuff that Matt Hardy paid for? Like, it's just such high quality stuff that they shoot those vignettes with, and I, like, totally understand why they do it, because you're right, that they exist in a place that WWE is incapable of getting to, it seems to, and I agree, I think it's probably because they're too big, but it's weird to be like, but Impact? What? How did this happen? Like,
it seems like there's, like, the video department or whatever, like, gets a lot of like open creativity to like make sure like we know how to make videos, just let us do this.
Yeah, that's true.
And it's dope. Like this whole Sue Young, Rosemary, Alley, like it's dope. They're doing a really good, the past 2 weeks in the video segments where nobody says a goddamn thing is great. And it's like building the story really well.
Very cool.
The main event was Austin Aries and Matt Sydal versus Penta and Phantasma. Austin Aries is the #1 contender to Penta. Phantasma is the #1 contender to Matt Sydal. Phantasma hit the thrill of the kill and pinned Sydal. So, whoa, X Division, what's gonna happen? This was fine. Like, everybody in this match was good. It's just like,
Yeah.
It's just like a match.
No real consequences, yeah.
No real consequences, yeah. So it's like, but it's fun to see Phantasma and Penta, like, in the ring, like, in Impact. Again, it is gonna be weird when Lucha starts soon.
Are they not gonna be on it? Because I know that their deals are that they're not allowed to be on TV.
No, but it was never... Remember, we talked about this, because Ricochet was pissed because Johnny and Taya and a bunch of people were on Impact because Impact specifically had a deal with AAA that had a deal with Lucha. Like, that... So, like, that didn't violate the contract because they were working within the parameters of, like, the same ownership, quote-unquote. But Ricochet couldn't go to WWE because that is competition in a way that this is not.
Okay, I see. That makes sense.
So, I don't think so. It just will be interesting.
Okay. Yeah, that will be interesting.
It will be interesting. I suppose we have to talk about WWE now.
I guess. Whatever. Can we take a break? Can I get another drink?
Yes. So you didn't watch NXT either, so this is just me talking to myself.
I know. It's you, like, catching me up, me doing this zany sidekick things.
Not a sidekick.
I know. I listened to the Hard Times pod, and I heard you guys talking about it, and I was like, but I kind of am?
Yeah, I mean, I'm fully the boss.
Oh, for sure. That makes me the sidekick. Hello.
You are an unequal partner.
Yeah, duh. Zany sidekick. I know what's up.
I guess the important thing is that, well, first of all, Ciampa trolled the audience. It was really funny because Johnny's music hit and everyone was like, yeah, Johnny! And then Ciampa walked out and was like, fuck you guys.
Everybody.
Fuck you guys. But then Candice came out while Ciampa was like whining in the ring and they had a nice
whining in the ring.
back and forth. You know, she was like, I don't know you. Candice is not great at promos. But whatever. Candice is really good at other things. She's not bad at them. It's just not, like, super believable.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But whatever.
It's different. Doing it for TV is different than doing it in a bingo hall.
For sure. Ciampa's response to her, I was like, is this gonna get weird? Because there was a moment where she said something like, you lived with us, or whatever. And I was like, is this gonna take a weird, creepy, like, Ciampa loves me turn? And I was like, ugh, it didn't.
Good.
I mean, he was just basically like, you know, I did live with you for a while, and, you know, I was at your wedding, and the whole time I was just thinking, how could she marry him? Because you're more than a man than he'll ever be, and blah, blah, blah. So it's still not great. But he didn't profess his, like, a I loved her, which I was like,
thank God.
Oh, thank God. Because there was a moment where I was like, is this gonna? Then she just slapped him right in the face. And everyone was like, ugh.
I want them to fight.
Are we gonna fight? Oh no, she's just gonna walk away. Oh, God. Oh no. So they blue balled us a little bit, but you know, breadcrumbs, baby steps.
They're hinting towards it. And also, like, I finally had to mute Ciampa on Twitter. I was like, I can't deal with this anymore.
Why? It's so good.
I appreciate that he totally lives inside of his own gimmick, but, like, he does hit my buttons in a way that I'm like, don't talk about Candice like that. It like makes me legitimately angry, and I'm like, I'm just gonna mute this.
That's fair. That's fair.
I don't want to hate. I had to do the same thing with Nick Gage. I was like, I've never seen you wrestle in person, and I will hate your guts if I have to keep seeing your Twitter on my timeline. And so it's like, sometimes you just gotta mute those people for the health of your own timeline. But I had seen people talking about his tweet, and so I looked at it about the one about it doesn't matter, Candace, this and that, and I read someone talking about how it's brilliant because he does know that all of the people who are going to respond to that shit are going to send him clips of her beating the shit out of men.
Right.
And WWE monitors their social media in a way that, like, they do pay attention to that
That's
shit.
a really good point.
And so I think it's really, really smart of them to be playing this angle where, like, people who would not necessarily be into the intergender wrestling can go into the Twitter, which they promote very heavily on all of the NXT and on all of the like WWE social media. They're like they make sure people engage with it. Like they have more followers than the NFL. Like there is a huge social media presence for all of these WWE people. And so they know that a huge section that's not commenting is gonna see all of these videos of her fighting men too.
That is such a good point.
So it's really interesting to watch them do this. And I hope that the fact that they know this is going to happen and they're allowing it to happen is a really good sign. And I hope that this does mean that we're going to get something eventually that is a payoff between Candace and Tommaso. Like, it really feels like that's what we're building towards, and like, that's amazing. And I need that in my life.
That is such a good point that I never thought of. Oh, I love that. Should I just every day send WWE videos Candace beating up men just directly? Do you have WWE? Just a reminder.
Just want to let you know.
Just a reminder.
She's the best.
Slap. The slap. Heard around the world, except for not really. The next match was Lacey Evans versus Brandy Lauren. People pop for Brandy. I don't know who this is. She must be somebody that people know.
I don't know.
Whatever.
Lacey? I hate her.
She's figured her hair out, though.
Oh, fucking
She's
thank
now got,
God.
like, a ponytail thing, and it's, like, vintage enough that it works with the character.
Okay, that's
but
good.
it's, like, also not distracting. So.
Fucking thank God.
That's good.
That's good. Is she still, like, a low-key white supremacist?
I don't know. She didn't talk.
Okay, well, that's good.
She did do a really baller, like, second turnbuckle moonsault.
Okay. I'm into that.
She's good at wrestling, which is
Okay.
nice. Like,
She wasn't great before, so that's good.
Really? I thought she's been pretty consistent lately.
See, I feel like she's been, like, okay, but maybe part of it is, like, she's not good enough to get past not...
Yes, for sure.
Yeah, like, your mouth ruins everything you just did for me.
I'm sorry, your mouth is ruining it.
Kind of like a Lana deal. I'm like, oh, Lana, that was pretty good. And then she opens her mouth
Do you
and
mean
I'm like,
future Miss Money in the Bank?
oh my God. What the fuck is happening with her accent? I know we're gonna, like, get there eventually, but also, like, I need to discuss this. I was not prepared. I was not prepared, and I'm really confused.
What do you mean?
When I watched SmackDown, not this last one that we're talking about this week, but the one before that, she is clearly not speaking in the same Russian accent. It's, like, much more American. It sounds much more
But
like
it's
her.
still kind of there.
She's, like, still speaking in, like, a Russian-ish accent, but there were, like, long stretches in her promo 2 weeks ago where she was just speaking in her voice. I was like, what the fuck is happening?
Yeah, they might be trying to phase it out.
I mean, good, because that makes sense. Like, for the character that she should be playing, she does not need to be Russian.
But she's the ravishing Russian.
So what? She can have a stupid Valley Girl voice and still be a ravishing Russian. Her look doesn't change at all. Who cares? Just play her weird music. Don't even play her good music anymore.
I
so
know
it doesn't matter.
The Russian theme was great. The like burlesque ringtone is not good.
Yeah, that's right. I literally was gonna say she has awesome music, and then it started playing in my head, and I was like, oh no.
It's not great.
No. Anyway.
I have no idea what's happening with Nikki Cross, but I love it. Dakota Kai was giving one of those like phone interviews, and Nikki Cross, and they're like asking her dumb questions, and Nikki Cross comes out, grabs one of the phones, puts it in Dakota's face, and is like, hey, when are you gonna face Shayna? When are you gonna face Shayna? When are you gonna face Shayna? And Dakota's like, I don't know. And then Nikki just gets really close to her and goes, with fear comes opportunity. Face your fear and fight. Ha 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 ha! I just like starts laughing. And it was like, what is happening? Are you a good guy right now? Or are you you're just an agent of chaos. So you can be good and bad.
Good and bad. Yes! Yes! You know that's exactly what she is. She's good and bad. Her love story with Kyrie Sane is running deep, okay?
Good and bad. Also bi. It's a very interesting characterization, especially since she's away from sanity. To have her be
premiered yet? Where
no,
the fuck are they?
They haven't. It's fucked up. It's weird. Whatever.
That was before I left that they said that they were coming, and now I'm back.
Yeah, they haven't showed up like a promo video in a while. So maybe they'll like come out and do a beatdown after during Money in the Bank or something.
That would be dope because Chicago would pop for that for sure.
Yeah. Dream versus Ricochet match was really good. Ricochet like mimicked Dream's like gyrating. They're both very quick. Dream is so strong. I forget sometimes that Dream is so strong.
He's a big dude. He's not a small guy.
It's also impressive that Dream can go toe to toe with Ricochet. Like it was impressive when he did it with Alistair, but like it was really good. And then Lars came in and ruined it because he fought them both.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
And now tonight I think they're in a handicap match. I don't know, whatever. Lars, I hate Lars. I really do. I hate him. I don't get it.
Fine. He's a fine wrestler.
I don't get it. I don't like it.
Like I
don't like it. I don't like it.
I don't like it, but I'm also like, part of it is that if I didn't like Braun, I would be way more into Lars. But because I love Braun Strowman, I'm like, this is so unnecessary. What's going on here? I don't need this like weird Colossus. What? Why?
Yeah, it's too old school. I don't like it.
Yeah,
it does nothing for me. Kona Reeves is trying to get this finest gimmick over. It's not working. But Raul Mendoza, although he is like their Oni Lorcan jobber right now, he is really good in the ring. Yeah. And like, it's fun to watch him. It was fun to watch him fight EC3. It was fun to watch him fight Kona, even though like Kona, whatever. Raul is very good. He should either get a push in NXT or they should put him on 205 Live. I think he would fit in 205 Live really well.
I agree.
And he deserves it because he bust ass.
That's a bit.
Heavy Machinery and TM61 are going to face off eventually. They had a really funny, like, phone camera thing.
Take over Chicago?
Maybe. Otis was talking about Mother's Day and how, like,
hard as hell for that.
His mom is proud of her. He took her out for a nice steak, and they were like, oh, we don't drink with cheaters. And they're like, well, we're not cheaters. We're from Australia or whatever.
Is that Australia? It's like New Zealand.
I don't know. Is it not the same thing?
Oh.
I know it isn't. I can only do Billy Kay. It's the only Australian, specifically Billy Kay, too.
Yeah, totally.
Everything else is just like a random mosh of New Zealand nonsense, I guess. Oni Lorcan, Danny Burch, and Pete Dunne. What an unexpected team that worked super well. This match was so good. They did a segment where they all did the finger break, and then they did a 3-way submission. I just loved it. They did a really good job. Also, Danny Burch versus Kyle O'Reilly was fucking really fun.
They're both really fucking good wrestlers.
Man, that was really fun. That was the highlight of this match for me. And that was kind of at the beginning, and they there was a moment where Kyle O'Reilly was on the ground and Danny Burch was up there, and Kyle kept trying to get him down because Kyle's a really good mat wrestler, and Kyle was kind of on the ground, crab walk, chasing him around the ring a little bit, but when they fought, damn, I've always liked Danny Burch, but I've been whatever. This is the first time that I was yeah, this is fucking good. Yeah. And they won. That was awesome. Danny Burch pinned Kyle O'Reilly. That was dope.
That's legit. I like that Kyle O'Reilly, he works in a way where he can be kind of a, goofy doofus and
this, guitar thing.
Yeah, and, hitting himself in the face with a chair during war games, weird shit like that. He can take a pin and it, doesn't diminish him in any way.
No.
It's
also,
awesome.
It doesn't diminish Undisputed Era because they have the belts, and they have 3 belts. It doesn't diminish them at all.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it really helped Danny Burch and Oni Lorcan. It made them look really good. Also, if we're really committing to them being a tag team, great. They should. Yeah. They just moved up 2 tag teams. They have War Machine, Heavy Machinery, TM61, Street Profits, Undisputed Era. That seems kind of a lot, but I feel
what's his name? Tito Sabatelli, he just got hurt too. And so
they were breaking up anyways.
Oh, okay.
So that doesn't even matter. But
okay.
I think that's a
still
lot.
another space inside of that tag team division. Then.
That's a tag team that there is a significant amount, but I think that there is a space for Danny Burch and Oney Lorcan. Mm-hmm. Especially against, like, Kyle and...
And, like, they were moving him up to 205 Live and then just didn't.
Right.
So if they're not gonna move Oney Lorcan up, like, fucking do something with him.
Do something with him.
He's a really good wrestler.
Anyways, it was fun. NXT remains, like, a little inconsistent, but it's development, I guess, kind of. But their main matches and stuff are great. Let's talk about Raw, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Let's also talk about SmackDown. Do you like my song?
I did like your song.
205 Live.
And also this other show.
All of the main roster shows, except for main event. That's the song.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. These are excellent caveats.
Don't touch me ever again.
Do not do that. Do not touch me ever again. We should all learn how to confidently say this to literally anyone. It was like, I was looking down at my phone and I heard it in the silence, like, uh-oh. And I looked at
the moment he touched her and her face looked at his hand and then looked at him, I was like, ooh, Steph.
Oh, it was like, you could just feel it in that moment. And I was like, I know you're a bad guy, and I know that he's a bad guy, but like, for real though, do not touch me ever again.
It was such a good Steph moment.
I loved it. It was so good.
I also just love how Steph can just manipulate a crowd. Like,
oh my God,
the crowd was like chapping, like, you tapped out. And she was like, I did tap out.
You're right.
It is best for business. I'm agreeing with you. We're moving on.
Oh, she's so good
I'm really good at my job.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Stephanie McMahon, ruler of the universe.
Absolutely.
Soon to be ruler of the universe, to be honest. Let's be real.
Yeah.
Oh, man, it just sucks that they're trying to make this gender Roman thing happen.
Yeah. Like, I guess because Ginger was champion at some point, it's like not that weird. But also,
Ginger is fully working face in this feud. Like, Roman.
What is happening?
Roman feels like the bad guy in this feud.
He like said in an interview, like, aren't I already a heel? Like, but I mean, this is my forever complaint about Roman. This has always been my complaint about Roman, that he fully acts like a heel. It's like Hulk Hogan. He acts like a fucking heel all the time. He does all this weird heel shit, but is booked like a face, and so it makes no fucking sense to cheer for him in the way that we're being asked to. Like, I don't understand it. Like, are we gonna look back at Roman the way that a lot of people look back on Hulk Hogan now and be like, why was this a thing? Like, he sucks. This sucks. Why are they doing this?
He
like,
sucks. This sucks. It all sucks.
Like, it's so bizarre. Like, it was so funny to listen to you and Bobby talk about, because just listening to, like I said, Not Your Devil, Heels and Hard Times Pod, like, all three of you were like, why do we do this to ourselves? Why are we watching this? And I was like, we're all living in a hell of our own creation. Like, we don't have to do this.
But we do.
But we do.
We have to do it. So they kept showing these video packages and like, or not video packages, but the like cards like Sammy's segment with Lashly coming up and Sammy's gonna bring out her scissors, and the whole time I was like, no. Like, I have concerns. Oh, I was right to have concerns.
It was so much worse than I was expecting.
I will say,
poor Sammy, first of all.
Poor Sammy, I think
he tried his fucking damnedest.
Right, that's what I was gonna say. I'm not giving any excuses to this segment. But I feel like it really could have been worse. Which is not the bar that we should be judging it by. No. Like, this was bad, period.
Yes.
It was, like, tone deaf.
Offensive. It was
tone
offensive.
deaf. It was offensive. It didn't make any sense. Not that it's ever okay, but, like, if it was tone deaf and offensive, but, like, had a purpose, like, at least you could come out with some kind of, like, silver lining, but there was, like, nothing. Like, it was tone deaf, offensive, didn't help either of the people in the ring, didn't pop the crowd, didn't, like, it was dumb. Yeah. It was really dumb. But I do think that Sammy and then the three guys did a good job in, like...
They committed very fully
They committed very fully, and it didn't take a hard left turn. Like, it just sat in uncomfortable and misguided, and didn't go uncomfortable, misguided, like, offensive, but it didn't go, like, whoa, what are we doing here? And
well, when Bobby Lashley lifted up the one skirt, it got
I'm talking about just about these 4 people.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking about the 4 people in the ring.
Okay.
I'm talking about pre-Bobby Lashley.
Okay, yes, I would agree with that.
And then Bobby Lashley came out,
The worst,
who was supposed to be the face here, and
harassed
was harassing, and
I don't even know how to refer to it. It was so bizarre.
these people, whatever, he harasses people, like,
Yeah.
these people are not, but
it was also weird that he was like,
it was weird because these 3 dudes dressed like women remained in the character of scared Bobby Lashley's sisters while he was harassing them. So the joke of Bobby coming out and being like, you're not my sisters, you're these dudes.
Absolutely.
And I'm
totally
gonna beat you down, whatever. That didn't read because the guy stayed in character.
Yes.
And it made it feel ooky.
Absolutely. You totally nailed it. I was just gonna say, because I feel like
they looked scared.
His reaction to it it felt terrifying. It was so weird that he came out and treated them as though they were women.
As though they were his sisters?
Yeah, it was I appreciate it.
It was serial killery. It was not great.
Yes, it totally was. It was so weird because in some ways I was I'm really glad everyone committed to this, but this was the wrong thing to commit to. It's, oh no. Oh no. Yeah, and then, it wasn't until he started beating them up that it was oh, okay, now that everyone's kind of broken out of this character, but it was literally up until that moment, are you gonna rape these people? Because it kind of felt that way. It was you get all up in their space, and if someone did this to me in public, I would be absolutely horrified and terrified. It would be the scariest fucking thing a person could do.
It was messed up.
Yeah, it was really fucked up.
And it didn't do anything and Lashley is supposed to be the face here.
Right? This is not something a fucking face does. It's,
Also, that towel was too much. That nasty towel. It's too much for me. Remember when Alexa Bliss talked about the Visigoths a lot? Okay, I get it.
She was so uncomfortable.
Ember's gimmick we've talked about this a lot, how her gimmick isn't defined, so it doesn't work. Your gimmick on the indies was Athena, goddess of war. So talking about the Romans versus the Visigoths, fine, even though Athena is the Greek name, it would be Minerva, whatever. It's fine. I at least get where we're coming from. But, that is, I don't like that they call her the goddess of war. Is she Ember Moon, the weird werewolf lady, or is she Athena, the god, I don't fucking, Ember's doing a good job. She's getting a good push. She's looking great in the ring. I can't wait to see her in the Money in the Bank match. Totally I like that she kicked Alexa Bliss's ass. But, the gimmick thing is still really hard for me.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because if you didn't know
just
that
commit
Ember,
to the goddess of,
right?
Because I even feel you could just cut her name down from Ember Moon.
It should just be Ember.
Just be Ember. Ember, goddess of war. You could fucking do that.
Yeah, it really
work.
should be.
And in general, I really don't like it when they cut people's names. I like the name Ember Moon, but they're not committing to a gimmick where Ember Moon works as a name. And so I'm kind of okay if they just cut it down to Ember and commit to the Goddess of War thing. I think it could work. Her gear works for that. Her moveset
right, because she never
works for
changed
that.
her fucking gear.
Right, exactly. So, you could totally make this work. Just cut her last name. They do it to so many goddamn other people, especially the women. I'm really surprised they let her keep her last name, to be honest. It's very bizarre that they didn't.
I don't think especially the women.
Oh, no. Especially, most of the women don't even get last names to begin
Becky
with.
Lynch, Sasha Banks.
The 4 horsewomen, one of them doesn't have a last name.
Who else lost her name in a transition? She didn't have a name to begin with.
Yeah, that's what I mean. There are women who don't even get last names at all.
Alicia Fox. Nikki and
Bailey,
Bella.
Emma.
Emma doesn't count. Mandy Rose, Sonya Deville.
Yeah, it's a thing that they've shifted away from, but that's what I mean. If you're gonna cut a name, just do it.
Just cut Moon.
Yeah, it's not a big deal.
Braun crushed an apple, and Finn was really scared.
First, Finn looked really turned on, and then Braun crushed an apple, and then Vince looked scared. I was like, what's happening here? Finn looked at Braun, and I said out loud, as Finn. Ooh, daddy. And Michael looked at me like, what the fuck just happened? He was like, did you just say that about Finn Balor? Like, he's hot, but no.
He's not, but sure.
I mean, everyone has their own opinion. It's okay.
I just feel like I mean, we talk about this every week. I just fundamentally don't get Finn, period. Full stop.
It's okay.
When you watch more Joshi wrestling, you will understand my feelings about the coup de grace.
Okay. That's
So you're like, fine, whatever, bitch. I'm done talking about this.
I liked the coup de grace that he gave Braun Strowman off of the barricade. That looked good because Braun Strowman can take an actual coup de grace.
Yeah, that's fair. I did enjoy their match at the end of the show.
Yeah, I did too. I
thought it was really good character building for both of them.
Absolutely. It made Finn look strong as
Finn lost.
fuck.
Because I know people who are Finn stands disagree, but like Finn should lose to Braun in this moment, in this
If he was a fucking demon, yeah, maybe he could beat Braun.
But he looked really
That's the
strong
whole point of
against
the
Braun.
demon. Yeah, absolutely. And the fact that Braun stood him up and put him in the corner.
Is
Like,
it hard to crush an apple with your hands?
have you ever tried to crush an apple
No,
with your
that's why
hands?
I'm asking.
Yes. Have you ever even broken a glass with your hand?
Why would I just go around squeezing glasses in the
I mean,
whole...
like, I've broken a glass with my hand while I was drunk once where I just, like, squeezed it too hard and I broke it. You still have to do that really fucking hard.
Why did you squeeze it so hard?
I was playing a game and I got really excited and I, like, went, like, yes! And I crushed the glass in my hand. After, it was my...
Did it cut your handle up?
No, I was fine. I just, like, dropped it. There was wine in it. Maybe the wine stopped my bleeding. Who knows? But it was... It was my friend Tony's glass, and he had, like, specifically told me, like, do not use these glasses, because if you break them, I will be so mad. And I was like, I promise I won't. It's the only glass left in the house. Come on, man, please. And then he was standing right next to me, and I crushed this glass, and he was like, I'm not going to my bedroom. I just shut the door. He was very mad. So yes, I imagine it's very hard to crush an apple, because, like, again, it's hard to break a glass with your hand.
Ridiculous. No way, Jose, Baron Corbin. No one cares.
This is the right place for them on the bottom card.
So whatever. No one cares. Kurt Angle got kicked out of his office, so he's trying to find cell service. Then him and Chad had a sweet moment, but then Drew and Dolph showed up, and Kurt was like, you think you're special, Drew? And then I yelled out loud, he is special, Chad. So that's the only reason I wanted to talk about that segment.
Oh my god. I
he
love
is
Chad
special,
Gable.
Chad.
I love him so
I like
much.
that he's like forming a bond with Kurt Angle, and like
He
when
should
Jason,
have been his son.
He should have
It
been his
made
son.
no
but
sense.
when Jason Jordan comes back, they should just reignite them.
Yeah.
Reignite them?
Yeah, sure.
That can't be right.
Reignite their tag team. Reunite.
Reunite. I knew it was wrong.
I mean, reignite is not wrong. That you could reignite their feud. They could have a feud
No, I want
together.
to reignite their love.
Oh.
Wow.
There you go. You nailed it. You got there eventually.
B-Team versus Breezango. Breezango giving love to their shirts. Hilarious.
I loved it.
Also, the fact that B-Team won again, and they stole Coach's chair, and then, like, celebrated.
I loved it. It was so
I'm sad that
good.
Breezango is losing, but I'm, like, really
It,
happy for the B-Team.
It also, like, doesn't matter.
I
Like,
know, it doesn't.
Who gives a fuck if Breezango loses? Everyone loves them. It literally doesn't matter if they lose. They could lose 100 matches in a row. They probably have lost 100 matches in a row. Like, it's okay. I can wait for them to do better things. Reunite them with the Ascension and give them their fucking fashion files back. For the love of God.
For the love of God. They don't have fashion files, but they did some car commercial together.
Yeah, like a legit commercial.
Yeah, like a real commercial.
I was excited for them. Good for them.
They had mustaches and everything.
I know. They're both great. They're both so good.
So is Naya a bad guy again?
I don't know what the fuck is happening here.
Stephanie, how does it feel to leapfrog the entire women's division? I like that they just made it a part of the storyline, frankly.
Oh, yeah, I totally agree. Rhonda, who's never had a singles match, like, why are you reminding us of this?
I liked it, though, because it's definitely going to be, like, it is a complaint that, like, we all have. So, like,
yeah.
They addressed it in the upfronts when Rhonda was like, well, why are you challenging me? Like, of course I want that, but, like, I I'm not worthy of it. And Nia was like, but I'm challenging you. And then for Stephanie to bring it up again. And then Nia to be like, I'm not a placeholder. But, like, we'll see.
I mean, if Nia beats Ronda in Chicago, I'm gonna lose my shit.
On your birthday.
Yeah, I'm gonna be
My dad is very hyped for this match.
Well, I'm happy that he is hyped because I'm very worried. I'm really worried that Ronda's gonna win. The reason
I mean, Becky put Nia in an armbar. Like, it's not impossible. Are we all forgetting that?
Yeah, everyone forgets about Becky because fuck Becky, I guess.
It would just mean the fact that, like, you know, Nia is supposed to be, like, they're trying to build her as, like, oh, she's so much bigger and stronger than you, but, like, she is tapped to many a submission.
Oh, yeah, she's tapped to Alexa, Bailey.
Alexa kicked her ass, like, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, exactly.
And Stephanie brought that
up! Yeah! Why is it so hard for you to beat her? Like,
she's very small.
Like, damn, Stephanie, are you listening to podcasts? What's going on here? She's on the road, like, put that shit on, I'm ready!
I don't know. We'll see. I'm not in it to be mad right now, so.
Yeah, I don't like, I don't want Ronda to be the champion, but I also know that the reason they're speeding up this timeline with her is because Ronda wants to go have babies. So you know what?
Babies?
Bye, bitch. Go have your weird babies. I don't give a fuck. Like, she's been talking about having babies since she lost her first, when she got beaten that first time in MMA. Like, that was one of my big complaints about her. If you listen to the interview that I did with Mike Fagan about this, we talk about how she was like, I'm depressed. And then I looked at my husband, or her boyfriend at the time. She's like, I looked at my boyfriend and was like, my purpose on earth is to have this man's babies. Like, no, bitch. And so, no, that's a terrible reason to have a child. So, like, I'm glad she's not having a depression baby, but also, like, just get out of here.
Just go.
I'm done with you. Like, I appreciate that you care a lot about this job, but you're not good enough for this to be doing what you're doing. Like, yeah. It's just frustrating. Ugh.
I'm gonna bring up Elias versus Bobby because whatever. Fine. They're in a feud.
Whatever. Blah,
blah, blah. I love Bobby Roode. Elias is great. But Braun Strowman, like, bulldozing through Elias was hilarious.
I laughed so hard I cried. When Braun's music hit and Elias didn't react, I was like, oh, are they just gonna pretend that they didn't have this feud? And then immediately Braun came out and was like, fuck you! Just fucking plowed through him. There's something about Braun running into people like an out-of-control drunk toddler that will never get old. Never get old. Him running into Kevin Owens all those times and then him just like bowling through Elias, like, I love it. It like works for him as a babyface in a way that it kind of didn't as a heel, almost.
Yeah.
Because as a heel,
because people pop for it.
Yeah, because as a heel, it's supposed to be like, oh my god, he turned him inside out. And with this, it's like, fuck you! I'm here!
I'm here!
So I loved it. I thought that was amazing. And I love Elias. Elias takes a great bump.
Elias has a great bump?
Yes. Sure.
So if Raw was an even but had like good spots, SmackDown ruled.
SmackDown was awesome.
SmackDown ruled.
So much better.
I mean, you're gonna open with Miz and the New Day? Yeah.
Yeah.
On board.
Yeah.
First
Absolutely.
of all, Miz and Mrs. got a release date, July 24th.
Yes.
Very excited.
Hell yes.
I like
I
that
want to
his
see their
weird
house.
I want to see their new house. I like that his weird parents are on it. His parents are so weird.
John Morrison in the trailer standing behind Miz at one of their parties. I was like, boom, gotta tell my dad.
Gotta tell my dad. You gotta watch his whole show just for this.
He will.
Yeah, he's a gay man. He's gonna watch, like, reality TV to see a hot guy that he likes.
100%. Why do you think
I know,
just Dancing with the Stars?
Yeah. I just love that Corey Graves and Miz and everybody are trying to break up the New Day, and the New Day's like, nah. We're good. It's gotta be E. Or it's gotta be Xavier. Or it's gotta be Kofi.
I love it. I love it so much. I really hope it's Xavier. Like, I really do. I think that if it...
I hope it's Xavier. Okay. I don't know who I want to win either of Money in the Banks, but this would be a fun scenario. Kofi's been in a lot of them, so not Kofi.
Right.
But if they had Xavier, if they let him win it, and then Big E cashed it in, and they were like, it's a Freebird! We don't give a shit!
They did say this week that it would be Freebird, and I'm like, That's cool. I'm totally into that. I love that idea. I would also love it if they did it the other way around, where Biggie's in it, wins, and then Xavier cashes in and fucking wins.
And Kofi's like, woohoo, my friends!
I love that!
There was a moment when Kofi was on commentary, he switched out with Xavier, and they were like, oh, it's Kofi. And Kofi was like, I'm surprised you can tell us apart. And nobody walked into the trap.
Ooh!
And I was like, Kofi, what are you doing? This is live.
This is back to I will fight your children!
I'm surprised you can tell us apart. What? You look very different. Like, are you trying to, like, get Corey Graves to admit that he, like, is racist? I don't think this is great. Not that I think that Corey Graves is racist, I'm just saying.
I was gonna say he did insist that Booker T keep joining Titus Worldwide.
That is true, I did forget about that.
Which is probably why Booker T fucking hates him.
Oh, but don't you know that was all work?
Okay. Wink!
This was just fun. And then Miz being like, I can beat you guys on any day. And then they just throw pancakes at him because he, like, says no.
Oh my god.
And then Paige, the GM, interacts with the men and not just the women. Like, that was nice.
Yeah, I really
Her just being
that.
like, hi, what are we doing? Go back to the ring.
Yeah, you're fighting right now. Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.
Oh, I'm your boss.
I also loved that. I like that they threw these pancakes at him, but you're missing the best part, which was Biggie all of a sudden going, shame! And then them chanting shame while they threw the pancakes.
I just said that.
Him.
They threw pancakes and said shame.
No, I think just said they threw the pancakes.
Jeff said shame. Why would I miss that?
That's why I was confused.
That's one of their chants.
I love it so much.
They have so many chants.
You're right. They do have too many chants.
I did not say too many.
Yeah, too many in a bad way. Too many in like I cannot recall them all off the top of my head.
Well, I just said they have a lot. I did not say too many.
I corrected myself.
New Day forever.
Ride or die.
Also, Bar coming out and messing with him, and Kofi launching himself off of Cesaro onto Sheamus. And then taking the bro kick like a champ.
Oh my god. Also, watching this small child from the front row continue to throw pancakes at the bar, highlight.
I didn't notice that.
Oh my god, I noticed it right away. As soon as they came out and started beating them up, someone in the front, I think it was a child, had a bunch of the pancakes and just started chucking these pancakes at the back of Sheamus's head. And it just stopped, and I was cracking up, and Michael missed it too, and I was like, this is fucking hilarious. I'm so enjoying this. So we started watching it after that, and then they started attacking them again, and then this kid just gets more pancakes and just starts lobbing these pancakes at them again. He just had a shitload of them and was just throwing these pancakes at the bar, and I was laughing so hard I almost fell out of my chair. Like, it cracked me up. And it was just this, like, weird small moment where it shows what good crowd interaction New Day has, that the crowd is like, oh yeah, we're fucking in, I'm gonna nail this bitch with a pancake, like, fuck you, Shane. Like, I love it.
I mean, in general, don't throw things at the wrestlers, but...
But pancakes? Also, I love that Paige was like, not everybody loves pancakes. Like, it was such a good
I
line.
get it, not everybody loves pancakes. It just was like, Miz, New Day, and the bar? Yeah. This is like all your best guys.
Also, after watching Raw, where 45 minutes in, we've seen 6 people, like, right away in SmackDown to be like, hey, 20 minutes in, here's a bunch of fucking people.
And all the people you love.
Yeah, exactly. Here are a bunch of people you really like and are excited to see, as opposed to, like, here's Roman for 25 minutes. Like,
here's Jinder!
Okay.
We'll give you Kevin Owens.
Yeah, right? Like, oh, thank God.
So there are rumors that the breakup of Rusev Day is going to happen, but I don't know because Aiden came out and fully valeted Lana.
Yeah, like
fully valeted Lana. Also, Lana's
whatever.
No, he valeted her.
I mean, he introduced her like a manager would.
I guess that's fair. But it's not like he had any like agency over her.
Well, it's like the sign.
Yeah, but that to me felt more valet because managers. In my head, a manager is somebody who like calls the shots, and Aiden definitely does not call the shots.
I felt like the sign was a purposeful interference, like a manager would do, where he was like, "I'm over here creating this chaos."
Valets do that too. Whatever. We can agree to disagree. Like valets and managers. I don't want to get into this.
Whatever.
I do want to say that Lana's new gear is great.
It looks much better. It's still not perfect is not the right way to put it.
I don't know. I really like it.
Not great. It's weird.
Really? I really like it.
I like it, but I kind of like it in the same way that I like Becky Lynch's gear, where like
her gear is the worst.
Well, like her gear is so much better than what she's worn in the past that I'm like, I don't think I can be an objective judge, and so I like it in that sense. But I
genuinely like Lana's.
Oh, okay, all right. I'm like, Maybe also part of it is that, like, I hate her entrance.
I hate her music, and okay, I don't mind her doing the, like, ballet stuff. It was weird for her doing the, like, arm hip-hoppy dance. Like, don't do the hip-hoppy dance.
A dancer.
Yeah. But, like...
We covered this in Total Divas.
But her doing the, like, split kick and the, like, how she enters the ring, like, that doesn't bother me at all.
I love that she enters the ring through the middle of the top rope. I love it when women enter that way. Most of those women are tall enough to enter through the middle and the top rope, and I prefer that they do that. I think it's bullshit that they used to have to enter through the bottom rung. Like, so I really like that Lana does that.
Yeah, I think her in-ring entrance is good. I just don't know why she had to do the, like, weird, like, hip-hop dance thing. But I like that she got this full entrance with Aiden. He acted as her valet/manager, whatever. That was really great. Also, I mean, what are we going to not talk about how great Billy and Peyton are? They, like, sang.
Oh.
That was really good.
Yeah. I loved it. It was so great.
I mean, it sucks that Billy got kind of squashed, but there was, like, interference and blah, blah, blah.
Also, they get to talk every week.
Yeah.
Like, they've been...
I mean, and did you notice, like...
every week since they debuted.
The Iconics, Absolution, and Riot Squad, none of the, like, groups got in. Nobody in any of the groups got in. I mean, I guess there's technically one more match.
I think it's
but, like,
gonna be Ruby Riot.
I think it's gonna be Sasha.
See, I think that Bailey and Sasha are gonna come to a head because they don't get into the Money in the Bank match.
That's fair. I don't know. I mean, it would be great if it's Ruby. But I'm just saying...
Well, like, Ruby and Ember can definitely, like, fight each other in a way that I think that they can rely on, too.
For sure. But I just think, as of right now, like, I think it's interesting that none of the, like, quote, tag teams are... got in.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's interesting.
It was really good. Billy forever. Billy is my favorite of the two. Not that you have to pick favorites. I just love Billy. Also, they talk about how egregious the makeup artists are all the time. One, Paige is wearing a darker red, which looks better. It's still insane, but it looks better.
They're also not overdrawing her lips in the way that they were before.
Billy Kay's makeup has always been kind of offensive to me, but it works so well for her character.
So good. It's like the way
like so overdone because she has black hair and then wears like heavy black on her eyes and like, but it like really works for her character.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think it works in the way that Alexa Bliss's super heavy makeup works, right? Where it's like, oh yeah, okay. I can see why you're the kind of person who wears this makeup. Like, it totally fits.
Yeah.
It's a level of thought to the character that I appreciate.
I think it's dumb that the crowd was chanting, like, we can't understand you and stuff. Like, I mean, they're speaking, like, very clear English.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, they play up their accents because it's their whole thing.
I also saw a really good point, too, that, like, Kevin Dunn, who's the director of SmackDown, does not like women with accents, which is why Becky Lynch basically never gets used.
Even though she's, like, great at talking.
And an amazing wrestler, and I hope she wins Money in the Bank, honestly. Like,
I feel like she should.
She fucking should, and that's why she
or Mr. and Mrs. Money in the Bank. Also would be totally okay with that. Weirdly would be really fine with it.
The men's match has to go first. They can't have Lana win first.
If they did that, yeah.
Yeah, if they were gonna do both of them, then Lana has to win second. And it has to be some kind of like weird shenanigans, and I would accept that. But if she wins first, I swear to fucking God, I'm gonna burn that building to the ground. Fuck that bullshit.
Rusev Day!
Oh my God.
I like that he didn't say it's Rusev Day, too. That he did
yes,
the Lana's the best Lana #1 chant.
Yes, I agree. I thought that was a good touch.
He had a Lana Day sign.
I agree. I liked it a lot. I think that it is the right decision to keep them together.
Agreed.
They're a good faction. Like,
but what are you gonna do with Aiden if you split them up?
That's the whole thing, is that Vince doesn't give a fuck about Aiden. He thinks he doesn't have the right look. Which is so strange. Like, Aiden looks good now. I like what he's wearing. I liked when he
even had like super cut.
Yes! He's super
cut. But he's like pale and weird.
But he's also like 6'3". He's not small. He's a big fucking dude. So, like, he can stand toe-to-toe with, like, Randy Orton, basically, and not
honestly,
look diminished.
like, if you made him shave his head, and...
I think he wants to shave his head. He fucking shaved his head. He did that theater kid transition at WrestleMania.
Right, but, like, he looked a lot more intense then. He looked more, quote, wrestlerly.
But it seems like they're asking him... He's been, like, slowly growing his hair out again. It seems like, again, like the Ruby Riott thing, where, like, it seems like they've requested that he grow his hair out again. And it's like, but why? He looks so good with his head shaved, like, really good. Like, yo, what's up? Real good. It just doesn't make sense to me that they would not understand, like, this look is very appealing and works especially in this group of Rusev and Lana. Like, it works so much better than this, like, man who's losing his hair. Like, I don't get it. Ugh.
Cien squashed a dude, and Zelina was like, you guys need to get it together, because we're very good, and if you don't get it together, we're going to take it. I want them to not get it together, and I want them to have to take it.
Yeah, me too. I love it. I love what they're doing. Like, I think it shows a lot that they clearly believe in Cien, that they're giving him these jobbers. Like, they want to build him as somebody who can fucking work. I absolutely agree. We were watching, and Michael was like, this is exactly how this conversation went. Michael goes, I don't think Cien is good look. And I interrupted, you're wrong. This is incorrect. I don't know where you're going, but you're wrong. I don't know. It was like, it's not that he's not good looking. It's that I don't think he's so good looking that they needed to take the mask off of him. And I was like, I think that we need a divorce. Like, you're wrong.
I don't think you understand how faces work.
I was like, your judgment is so poor. I think I actually need a divorce now. Like, Cien is so good looking.
So hot.
Like, it's just outrageously good looking. And also, Zelina is so good looking. Like, they're both like, they could set a room on fire. They're both so hot. I want them to be at the absolute top that they can be. Like, they're so
But I want them to build to it. I want it to not.
Right.
Yeah,
and
so it, like,
I think they're doing it
stable.
right. Yeah, absolutely. I think they're doing it absolutely correctly with them.
Carmela looked great. Whatever the, like, ponytail look, like, and also her promo was great. And that, like, thing that she posted of, like, the list of people that she's better than.
Oh, I love that. I thought that was so good. I love her. She's such a good champion. She was such a good Miss Money in the Bank. Like, she is fucking rolling on it. And she's doing a great job. She gets better every week.
But, like, she has to... She can only be Asuka by some kind of shenanigan. Which, like, if she does, like, she beat Charlotte kind of by a shenanigan. Like,
absolutely.
That, like... That would work for her championship reign.
Absolutely.
If they wanted to solidify.
Can lose. It's not like Carmella's going to beat her by shenanigans and that's going to mean Asuka's streak ends.
Right.
Like, that's already done. And that's part of the good part of Asuka's streak being done is that Carmella can beat Asuka.
For sure, for sure.
Ugh, I love it.
Nakamura and AJ are going to have a pillow fight.
I would have actually ducked.
I would have been fine with it. At this point, like, I trust AJ and Nakamura so much, it's like, whatever. Do whatever you want.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, I don't even give a fuck.
Literally do whatever you want.
Do you know how much it hurts to get hit with a pillow really hard? Like, it could really hurt. So, I get it. But yeah, I guess I'll accept a last man standing.
I guess. It'll be fine.
It's gonna be really good. I'm so excited.
Yeah, this one feels like the actual, like, really good match, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think this will No, one of the Money in the Banks will main event.
Absolutely. The men's Money in the Bank is going to main event.
That's fine. Honestly, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I think that's
Unless Lana needs to win, and then we can flop.
Then for the women at the end. Hell yeah, you fucked it up so bad last year.
The club is going to face the Bludgeon Brothers.
I'm into it.
I'm into it in that, like, I want the Bludgeon Brothers to not have a belt.
I agree.
I want the Bludgeon Brothers to not be a thing. Is anybody into this?
No. I really don't think so.
Because sometimes there are sections where I'm like, there are people who like Brock. And there are dumb people in the world. But I can't imagine... I can't truly imagine anybody is into the Bludgeon Brothers. Did you switch koozies?
I have two.
Oh, okay.
This has alcohol, this is water.
Oh, great.
Duh, hello. Obviously I had 2 koozies on me. I took 5 koozies with me to Germany.
Priorities, I guess.
They were just what was in my bag.
Bludgeon Brothers is stupid, the end. And it's good that the club gets an opportunity.
I like the club, and you know what? Put the club in as an interim belt holders. That's cool. It makes them look more legitimate. Especially if they're going to take the title off of AJ and reunite him with the club. Also, why did they strip the club from Finn? I don't understand.
To put him back with AJ, maybe?
That's what I'm hoping. And, like, if you give them the belts, that makes them immediately more legitimate on a level that they can hang with AJ again.
They can hang.
They can hang.
Naomi versus Sonya was fine. There were some good spots, but they were clearly still feeling each other out a little bit. But obviously, I'm happy that Naomi's in the Money in the Bank because, like, Naomi's my girl. Though I think that Sonya looked really good, and I like her entrance.
Absolutely.
Like I said, there was some slow on the uptake stuff, but, like,
Yeah, like, for someone who is as green as Sonya is, she, again, like Carmella does,
yeah, there was no, like,
every week.
botch. It was just, like, there were some slow transitions.
Yeah, and, like...
And
she's working her ass off, and I can see that, and I appreciate it.
It's just really noticeable with somebody like Naomi who's fast and, like, very, you know.
They did that leg kick spot, and, like, that looked great. It took them a moment.
It looked great until they fucking showed it in slow-mo. I was like, why would you... What the fuck is wrong with you guys?
They speed up all of these other promos. Why wouldn't you speed this one up, you fucking weirdo? Like, it didn't make any sense. I totally agree with that. But yeah, it was like... It built up in a way that felt, like, slow and awkward at first, and then once they got to the kick, like, the kick, back and forth, it was like, oh, you guys did a great job of building to... It felt natural when they got to it, and I really liked that.
And then, like... Her trying to, like, throw Naomi down, Naomi going to split, like, that's a classic move for Naomi. Absolutely. I love that. Mm-hmm. And I like that Sonya and Mandy are getting time to, like, because they both have a lot of potential.
Yes, absolutely.
And I like that they're so different, but they're still a team.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it almost works for them in a way that they have to, like, serve this punishment of being shed from Paige where they lose a bunch, and, like, it doesn't hurt them.
Right.
Like, they're proving themselves as strong competitors and then just happening to lose, and it works inside of this storyline of, like, what the fuck, Paige?
What the fuck, Paige? Jeff and Brian did not make my cerebral synapses fire.
I mean, it was good. It was a good match, and it was like...
Everybody made it sound like it was going to be the match of the year, and I was like, everybody calm down. This is Tuesday night.
They were both so excited to be wrestling each other. I know. That was my favorite part of it.
They both hyped it up so much. I was like, guys.
But I think that's part of it. Is like the reason that they hyped it up so much is because they were both legit so excited to wrestle each other. And it's like, yeah, it wasn't the best match that's ever happened or the best match of the year or whatever. But honestly, seeing them both be so excited to just be in the ring with each other was like, oh, okay, I get it.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah,
and Joe versus Daniel will be great.
Oh my god.
Who do you think's gonna win? That's really a toss-up.
I don't know. I think... Joe, but maybe by shenanigans?
Yeah, maybe. Joe because, like, Big Cass interferes, maybe?
Maybe, yeah. Because Joe's a bad guy, so Joe can cheat in a way, too. Like, Joe doesn't have to cheat, but Joe can cheat.
Right.
In a way that Daniel Bryan can't. And... Daniel Bryan is the underdog. He does kind of have to lose a bunch in order to really be an underdog. So maybe Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe's fucking awesome. He was doing a better job at commentary than, like, most of the people on commentary do. He was, like, talking about the way that their offense was working and, like, that he's hitting him with his quick jab. Like, damn, Samoa Joe. Like, clearly Ring of Honor was like, yeah, we need you to do this. And he was like, I got you.
Okay, you didn't watch 205 Live, but it was really good. Mm. Drew versus Grand Metalik. My favorite thing about this is this tear that Drew's on is the way he takes down the high-flying moves to put them in the Dragon Sleeper. Like, Grand Metalik jumped off the top turnbuckle, and Drew just, like, kicked him out of the air. Yeah. Like, violently kicked him out of the air and then put him in the submission hold. It was great.
I love him so much.
And after, like, Grand Metalik, like, hit a lot of offense that was flippy stuff and, like, off the turnbuckle and, like, out of the ring. And, like, Grand Metalik still looked really good. Drew put him in the Dragon Sleeper so hard that it was pulling his mask up and his, like, lip was caught in the mask. And you could just, like, see his, like, teeth. Also, Grand Metalik has really nice teeth. He has really nice, straight, like, perfectly straight, pearly whites.
That's a man who either has veneers or wore braces.
They don't look like veneers. They look like I don't know. He
like real
really,
teeth?
he really took care of his teeth or, like, paid to get them, like, had braces and has had them white and, like, they're not, like, fat enough to be veneers.
Oh, I know what you mean.
You know what I mean?
Like
they look
Miz
like
and
real
Matt
teeth.
Hardy's teeth.
Yeah, or Charlotte's.
Yes.
Charlotte's teeth look fake as hell.
I mean, yeah.
yeah. TJP had a jobbing match against Juan Francisco.
Yes!
I mean, his name was like Christopher Guy.
It was literally Christopher Guy. I saw that.
But, like, he came out and I was like, Juan?
Yeah.
Juan? And you know Drew was just like, my friend will do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, my friend. Yeah, my friend can do it. That was fun. He got a little offense on.
Excellent. Good.
I like that TJP's whole thing is now shitty entitled little boy, but he's like tweeting at the general managers and stuff like that works for him. Him being like, I'm the best technical wrestler in the world. I was the best cruiserweight champion. I reignited this whole division. Like, he needs to be a full heel like this. And like,
yeah, I agree.
because he is a good wrestler. He, isn't my cup of tea, but he is a good wrestler. And this was a good character moment for him.
Yeah, I agree.
Cedric gave an interview about how he's, he's a fighting champ and blah, blah, blah. He's not worried about fighting in his hometown because, like, his friends and family will be there. It's like, well, maybe he should be.
Do you know how WWE works? Maybe
but it was a good interview. It was a good interview, and it gave... Cedric did a nice job with it. Sometimes those interviews can be really awkward and stuff, and I thought Cedric did a nice job. And also Vic did a good job, like, moderating it. And I was like, oh, you really come into your own.
I like Vic. I've really come around on him a lot.
He was really bad for a while.
I also think he and Nigel are a good team.
And Percy.
Yeah. Like, they all fit together very well.
Yeah.
Like, I like it. I think it's a smart move.
And then the main event was Hideo Itami versus Akira Tozawa, and it was great. I honestly, in my head, I was like, I think Itami's gonna win because it makes sense for him to win, the whole, like, respect me thing, blah, blah, blah. But, like, watching the match, I was like, I don't know. I have no idea who's gonna win this match because it was so even. Also, Akira sells like a motherfucker. He has the best, like,
so good.
Like, wide-eyed, like birds, like, flying around my head stare.
He's such an expressive face.
Yeah. It was really good. It was so
okay.
really
I'll go back
good
and watch
match.
this one.
Yeah. Worth a watch. I don't know. That's all the wrestling that's ever happened. We talk about a lot of wrestling. Too much wrestling.
Too much wrestling. It's weird getting used to it again.
I'm renaming the podcast. It's called Too Much Wrestling.
Perfect.
Absolutely. Welcome to Too Much Wrestling, a show about all the wrestling by ladies. Clink. And then we just, like, are insane. Overall, good wrestling, though.
Yeah.
Other than,
WWE.
Bobby Lashley. No, a lot of the WWE stuff was good. Like, SmackDown and 205 Live and NXT were good. Parts of Raw were really good. B-Team.
I know.
Solid. Drew Boo.
I know. Ember Moon. Good.
Drew McIntyre again, if we could talk about him again. Just for, like, a moment.
I saw someone tweet about this, I don't remember who it was, but someone said that they thought that Drew McIntyre looked like he was about to do, like, witchcraft on the outside of the ring at one point, because he, like, walked up like he was going to get on the ring, and then he was, like, he did, like, the hand thing, like, he was like, I'm about to cast a spell, but he had the long leather vest on.
Yeah, he's so weird, like...
Exactly what I thought as well.
Hot, like, I don't know, Celts are all, like, magical, so...
You just fully accepted that he's magic.
Yeah, I'm fine with it.
He's got this Celt and this broad chest and that face. And those thighs.
Any other thoughts about wrestling?
There's lots of good wrestling out there, and there's also a lot of tedious wrestling.
Good wrestling can be tedious. You have to just have fun.
That's true. That's absolutely true. And, like, we did our live show where we talked about, spoiler, the 2015 SummerSlam. And it's weird to look back on some of that and be like, oh yeah, this was pretty good. But at the time it was like, I everything.
I think that's the curse of being a wrestling fan. You are all at once, like, your life is consumed by wrestling, you love wrestling, but simultaneously you hate it, but you look back on it fondly.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, in the moment, you hate wrestling.
Yeah.
But then, like, you know, you'd be like, oh, remember WrestleMania this year? That thing was cool.
Yeah, and I feel like it's because you're in... Oh, that was some news that we missed. WWE's permanently moving to 4-hour pay-per-views.
Meh, whatever. Still less wrestling than a million pay-per-views.
I mean, yes, but also Elle and I were talking about this, I worry that every booking decision has to fight against the fact that it's a slog to get through the pay-per-view. Like, that was the problem with Backlash, is that it was so long.
Well, the problem with Backlash is most of the matches, except for the first two, the pre-show and the first match, the rest of the matches were bad.
Well, we can kind of always assume that's going to be the case with WWE, so I feel like every booking decision has to work against this 4-hour format. And also, let's get real, it's not going to be 4 hours. It's going to be 4 hours and 17 minutes, and it's going to be fucking long as hell. And so it's like, ugh, do we have...
But they're also talking about moving them earlier in the day. Like, if they move their pay-per-views earlier in the day on a Sunday, and I don't have to stay up till like fucking midnight, like, that'd be great.
I already have to commit a day. Like, I'm already having to put my whole day into doing this fucking wrestling pay-per-view. Like, just move it earlier. I'll go to bed at a normal time. I cannot imagine living on the East Coast and fucking trying to watch this shit. Like, that seems bananas to me. It must be awesome to live in California and be like,
I know.
This is over!
When we listen to Heels
I can have dinner!
When we listen to Heels and Heels and they're like, we just watched NXT. I'm like, what? How? How you do this magic?
We watched NXT and Lucha Underground like, bitch, how?
Bitch, how? Okay, we gotta go.
We gotta fucking go.
You can find us on the internet. I'm at Stella_Cheeks.
I'm at Urgency.
You can find us at Not Your Demo Pod on Twitter, which you should follow for my feelings. Not because I tweet feelings, but because it gives me good feelings when you follow.
Yeah, absolutely. I need to have you re-sign into it on my phone so I can tweet from it again. Fucking Twitter tracks your location, even when it tells you it doesn't. Do you know how I know that? Because in Germany, there are laws about reporting that they knew I was in Germany, even though my location wasn't on. So I had to undownload and re-download Twitter. So I don't have Not Your Demo Pod on there anymore.
Weird.
Yeah, it freaked me out. I was like, I hate the future.
I hate the future.
But still follow Not Your Demo Pod because it's funny and awesome.
You can email us at notyourdemo@gmail.com.
You should rate, review, and subscribe to us on iTunes.
That's it, I think. Oh, go to Gateside. We're on there. Click around. Also.
Oh, we have a Patreon also.
Fucking hell. Here's a whole list of shit to do, everybody.
We also have to, now that you're back in town, we have to do shout-outs. We'll get to it next week because this is a 2-hour this is a 2-hour pay-per-view, is what I said.
Listen, I'm back, okay? I'm back. She's back. It's now back to like 800 hours. Whatever. You
Bobby
have a
was
commute.
succinct. I am not.
You are not succinct. That is a fact.
Absolutely.
We got 2 words for you.
Freeman!
Best friend.
What?
I'm trying to be like clever. Just give me 1 second. I'm trying to be clever and it didn't work. Undo. Just quick. Oh my god, why am I so bad? I was listening, but I like took a thing of you to be like, look, she's back, and then I like fucked it up. I was listening.
It's okay, you have to edit this, not me.
That is true. I can do whatever I want.
That's right, you cut all of me out. It's just you talking to yourself.
Ugh, who would want that?
I'm not going very far.
It's too uncomfortable.
I'm in a hurry. Sometimes I just forget.
There's no such thing as a good excuse for not buckling up. You're not only putting yourself at risk of injury or death, it could also cost you lots of money. Cops are writing tickets, so why take the risk? Do the smart thing and start buckling up every trip, day or night. Click it or ticket. Paid for by NHTSA.
To promote my new flower shop, I had one place print my business cards, another print my brochures, and a third, my signs. Now my roses aren't red, my violets aren't blue, my geraniums look dead, and I don't know what to do.
Staples can help your business stand out with signs, banners, and brochures that are a true reflection of your company. And now at Staples, spend $50 or more on print and marketing services and get $5 off your next in-store purchase.
Now my business is blossoming, and I'm spending less green.
Exclusions apply. In-store only. Ends 6/23/18.